Farmin Carmen here. Hi, welcome to episode number 3. Just look at some of the stuff that's been growing underneath the light inside in my kitchen from the seeds that we started. We've got beans, we've got some peppers, we've got some tomato plants. Everything seems to be doing really well. These are the cucumbers that I decided to plant separately, and my gosh, they've just decided to go crazy. Now these guys, I've been trying to water them whenever they looked dry, and I found out a couple of things about watering these guys. First of all, this right there, can you see on that leaf there? There's a little bit of little spots and things. Yeah? That's because I got it wet. So don't sprinkle water on top of the leaves. They don't like it. And make the little water droplets turn kind of brown. So try to, when you're watering, to keep the water underneath the leaves, and then they'll be much, much happier. These guys are just about ready, and the outside temperature is just about ready for me to start what's called hardening. And that is getting the plants used to sitting outside for a little while during part of the day. Because I have found in the past when I just take them from here and throw them into the backyard, and then they're outside in the sun and the hot, and they go, "Grr!" and they don't like that at all. So this way, if I put the whole tray outside for a couple of hours for every day for like the next week, then they're supposed to be much happier about being transplanted outside when the temperature stays warm from the day to the night. Right now the nighttime temperatures are just a little bit too cold, and it makes me a little bit worried that maybe they might die, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to grab this tray and I'm going to take it outside, but first let's go look at the stuff that's in the window. Hello! Stuff that's out the window. Okay, it looks like it's a little bit cloudy out there today. That's alright. See how these guys have been doing fairly okay? But look at this. That leaf is turned all yellow. This one is turning all yellow. I think that's because I gave that guy entirely too much water a few days ago, and it really did not like that. It's giving me some flowers though. That's pretty cool. And this guy here as well, he's also giving me some flowers. So yeah, I decided I would put an extra bean seed into the places where things didn't sprout very well. So I'm going to see if those beans decide to sprout in the next few days. But in the meantime, I'm going to take these trays as well. I'm going to put them outside to harden. So I'll see you out there. Bye. And there we go. There. Outside. Now it's a little bit windy, so I'm probably going to do a little bit of something. I've started a little bit here where I've taken a chopstick or a stick or a paintbrush or a thing left over from candy, and I very lightly tied my little tall bean plants to them so that they don't fall down in the breeze. I probably need a taller one for that guy right there. But anyway, I'll show you how I'm doing it. Chopstick, or anything that you can wash real easy. I would not recommend like a reusable straw, because then you get dirt on the inside and then you'd probably have a heck of a time getting that clean. But anyway, I very carefully, so I don't wreck the roots, very carefully poke that guy into the side of the plant pot. I take a piece of string and I very carefully tie the string around the plant in a way that doesn't break the plant. But everybody else seems to be pretty happy, so we'll just leave them out here for a little while. And we'll talk about the farm den. The farm den! Look at this! This is so good! Look at all that stuff that I've dug out of there. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. So, what I've done is I've taken my regular shovel, a garden shovel, spade, and I've dug down probably about that deep, because actually I'm going to do more. I'm going to dig it down deeper than that, because I'm going to plant carrots, and they grow underneath the ground, and they grow to be probably about that big. So I want them to have a lot of nice loose soil to be growing in, so that they turn out nice. Because if the soil is too hard, or if there are a lot of rocks in it, you end up with carrots that kind of look like this. And you don't want carrots that look like that. Right? So I'm going to be going off to the store shortly because I'm going to need a fork, a pitchfork, which I don't have, to help loosen up that soil a little bit. And as you can see, I have a little bit more work to do. And the other thing I want to get at the store is some potting mix. And potting mix, I understand, is the stuff that's better to have in a garden that you're putting into a container, as opposed to using garden soil. Garden soil belongs in the garden because it gets harder and compactor, but potting mix, and not even potting soil is different again, but potting mix has got stuff in it that's got fertilizers, and it's got some probably vermiculite or something to help with aeration so the air can get into the roots and to help retain the water so that you don't have to water it quite so often. Because I know that because containers are little, they'll dry out faster. So it's probably better to use a potting mix. So I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to grab some potting mix, I'm going to grab a pitchfork, and then I'm going to finish this off. I'm going to keep on putting my seedlings that are growing outside for a couple of hours every day for the next few days, and then I'm going to plant everything when I know that the temperature is above 10 degrees Celsius pretty much, sort of, kind of, every day, and at night too. Happy farming! Sadness. The wind blew over some of my bean plants. The stick that I had wasn't big enough. Sadness. Look. Oh no. Broken. Broken. Makes me sad. So, what I did when I was going out to get my pitchfork and stuff, I also went and got some skewers. They're meant for barbecuing. They're made out of bamboo. And I tied the ones that survived to the skewer so that hopefully the ones that survived will continue to grow. You'll also notice that all of my cucumbers are no longer there. Well, that's because I went and took them outside. Let's go outside. Let's go outside and I'll tell you about it. Wait a minute. If watering it on the leaves makes it unhappy, then what would happen if it rained? That doesn't make any sense at all. So I went to a place where I knew I could ask questions. It's on Facebook. It's a group called Farm the World. I'll put the link on in the comments below. And yeah, so they said that it was probably because the cucumbers were outgrowing the little peat pellet guys and were having a bit of a vitamin deficiency, and maybe I overwatered them a little bit. So I decided before they died I would throw them into the backyard really fast. So there they are, bada bing, in the backyard, in the ground, looking just a little bit happier than they were when they were inside. Yeah? So hopefully it's not going to be too cold tonight. Keep an eye on that guy there. Yeah? Where is he? There he is. Yeah? So we'll keep an eye on those guys, and I'll follow that progress there. And I'm going to plant the other stuff in a couple of days. It's still just a little bit on the cool side, but I was really afraid that these guys were going to die. So there you go. Farm the world.